Very good morning to everyone. As part of our continuous learning journey about Python, we are going to explore strings today. Right now, I believe I have given a basic introduction about strings in Python. Now we are going to explore that further. Right. As far as the strings are concerned, they helps to store the textual data. That means you can store their alphanumeric, that means alphabet and numbers in that variable, like string variable, you can store that. Strings in Python is framed as sequence of single character strings and or example for sequence in Python. So in Python, certain things are called as sequence. That means ordered. Like we can call the list as sequence, tuple as sequence, dictionary as sequence. Like that, the string is also a sequence, right? So you can, when you call something a sequence, you can employ all the functions, those will work with sequence on that. So the strings are considered as a sequence in Python. So we can employ all the sequence operation on them, right? Now, that is the basic thing that we have to understand now. We can perform operation on bytes of string based on their index, and index start from 0 in Python. So these are some of the common things in every programming language. We use a similar concept with respect to string. The strings in C# also will store as textual data, and the strings are arranged as a collection of characters, right? So in ordered manner in C# as well, right? Now, so we can perform the operation on the bytes of a string even in C#, Java, everywhere. So the index of the string start from the 0. That is also same. So these are the common feature that exist about strings in every programming language. That is also there in Python. That is the thing that we are trying to highlight. There is no difference. That's why we say that there is no much difference between the strings of other programming language and strings of Python. That is what we are going to say. And we are also clarifying the difference as well. So there are certain difference that we are addressing right now. There is no limitation for the string size wise. There's no limitation. Those things we are clarifying right now. Positive index access the byte of the strings from the left and the negative index from the right. This is new. So you cannot do so. We cannot provide a negative index in C# or C. Right, you have to use some sort of functions like left, something like that. But in case of Python, you don't need to bother about when you want to extract a character from left side of the string, you use a positive index. When you want to extract the character of the string from the right side, that means on the right side, you can use negative index right now. Index can be a result of an expression, like the index, you can get the index from which you want to extract, through which you want to extract the particular character from a string, that you can achieve that index through an expression that is allowed in Python. I believe some of the programming languages support that. Right. So these are the some basic information that we have to know about strings in Python. From my view, with this, we can proceed to try some examples, and then we realize how the strings works in Python. Right now, here is a problem statement that I have with respect to Python. Strings in Python support slicing. Slicing means you can get a part of the strings right now. For that, there we have some functions. Using that, you can slice them, and concatenation and then repetition. So for concatenation, in case of C, you have strcon or something like that. We have functions, library functions through which only we can concatenate. When it comes to Python, you can simply use a plus symbol to concatenate two strings. When you want to repeat certain strings again and again, you can simply use a star multiplied by the number of time you want to repeat the string. It is that much easy in Python. Just you can put a string multiplied by a number of times that you want to repeat. So that will make the strings to repeat. So that's how it is. So we are going to try some of them in our programming. Here are some examples. Concatenate the strings. List of ECUs in the network are, then there is another string ACC, BCM, ICM, and ECM. These are ECUs in a particular network. We want to concatenate the names of these ECUs and want to form a single sentence. Right. So that is the first assignment. The second one is write a Python code to display driver intervention required for 5 times. So these are the two problem statement in front of us to try. Let me try them. I believe we can even try them in what is it? Interactive prompt itself. Let me bring the Python first. I have to go to the folder. Okay, now we are in the folder of Python. So that is in the folder in which I used to do Python workouts. Right. So to bring Python, I type Python. So now we are in interactive prompt. The first assignment is concatenate strings list of ECUs in the network or ACC, BCM, ICM like that. So for concatenation, list of ECUs in the network are plus ACC, comma, BCM, comma, ACM, comma, ECM. And ECM. Right. Right. That's all. I believe this will concatenate the string. So the list of issues in the network are ACC, BCM, ICM, and ECM. So we have concatenated the strings, the ECU strings with the statement list of issues in the network R. So that much easy. The concatenation in Python is very simple. Simply by placing a plus sign in between the strings, you can concatenate the string without any issue. Then write a Python code to display driver intervention required for 5 times. So for that, just you can type driver intervention required multiplied by 5 times. Right. So for that, just put an exclamation symbol here and put 5 here so that you can get driver intervention required for 5 times. Required 1 time, the second time, third time, fourth time, and fifth time. Yes, it is displaying 5 times right now. So that much easy. So from this, what we come to know is how to concatenate the strings in Python, also how to repeat the strings in Python. That we had seen, that we tried to bring them. Then dir function of Python list associated or attributes of a specific object. For example, you have some file objects or you have some integer number objects or list objects. You do not know what are the functions that you can do with that particular string object or number objects. For that, that dir is the function. Actually, in case of command prompt, that means in DOS operating system, dir means directory. So it will list the directory. But here it has a different meaning. dir is used to list the attributes of a particular object. You can do that one. For that, I again have a problem statement. Create a string object called ACC standby and list supported attributes of it using a dir function. So they ask us to create a string with the value ACC standby. Then you list supported operation that you can do on that string variable using dir function. We can list, we can come to know what are the possible operation that we can do on it. For that, let me just create a string first. So I call this as ACC status. You can see one thing. When I do operations on interactive prompt, I'm not using print. Actually, the print is inbuilt in the interactive prompt. So you no need to type a separate print statement. When you do things with modules, when you are doing the same thing in the module, to print the result, you have to call the function print. When it comes to interactive prompt, you no need to worry about it because all result will be printed automatically. ACC status equal to ACC stand by. This is my string. Then I want to list possible operation that I can do on this variable. For that, I just use a dir command, then ACC status. All right now. So these are the different things added, and then we have a function called len, mode, multiple, reduce, format, count, is decimal, is digit, is lower, is numeric, is print, like that we have many. So let me try some of them that is listed here. I want to try ACC status dot upper. Maybe I can use this. Okay, I believe they say not define ACC status. ACC status. Am I doing any mistake? Okay. The case sensitive. STATUS. Yeah, it is case sensitive, I believe. So we are getting ACC standby in uppercase. Then we have ACC status dot len. We have no. Maybe I think we can perform like this. Len of ACC status. Yes, so it is 10 characters long. So like that, you can perform the possible operation that we can do on a string using the dir function. Dir function will list all the possible functions on that particular object. Okay, then we have help function detail usage of any function. For example, there is a function, you do not know how to use it. You can just say help replace. I think we have a function called replace, no? Otherwise, maybe I can call title that I am not sure what that function used to do. To get help of any function, how to use them in Python, it is very easy. You can type help followed by the function name. Right now, in our case, we already have a variable called ACC status. In that, I do not know how to use what is the title function. Just put that, then you type yes. It will list out how so help on built-in function title. Title the method built-in str instance return a true if the string is title cased strings, false otherwise. The title case strings upper and title case characters may only follow undercase character, and the lowercase character only cause once. Right? In title case string, upper and title case characters may only follow uncased characters. Right? And lower characters only cased one. See, I believe, I'm not sure whether we are able to get it. In a title case string, upper and title case characters may only follow uncased characters. Let me do like this. ECC status is equivalent to ACC standby, right? I believe this is something like ACC status dot is title. I'm sorry, please pick up the call. Is title is a title case. That means in title case, the first character of your words should be in upper, the rest will be in uncased. That means they will be in small letters, small characters. It is in that way. So that is how that thing. So it is actually checking whether your string that you encode in the string variable is a title cased one. That's all, right? That is the purpose of that function that we come to know now. Then the special characters are denoted by a backslash escape sequence. When you encode in your string, when you have a new line characters and then tab, if those are there in your strings, they will simply accept that one and will show them. When you print them, they will show it as an escape sequence. That means new line will be /n and the tab will be /t, like that they used to display. Right. So in case of Python, you have such a independent, like you can even store a new line character tab along with your strings. So it is in that way. So here is a problem statement. Store the following string object in a string object and query the string value. So our aim is to understand how Python stores escape sequence in a string. So that is what we are going to learn from this one. Let me try this. Yes, I call this as network details is equal to serial number. I press the tab, ECU name. tab, station AD address tab. Maybe I think network. No. Okay. Then I come to a new line. Interesting. So probably it used to be like this /n. And again, I have to type one dot. One dot tab and then ACC tab station address 0x1 tab network mode is. Then we have a new line character. Then do that again. We have this in this way so I can see complete screen. All right. Right. So after that, then two dots tab PCM tab 0x2 tab. Yes. I hope that's all. Invalid syntax error. Maybe I didn't use a double quotes. This is heading. So when I print network detail now, I get that like after serial number, I press a tab and then the user name and then a tab, station and then a tab, network. So like that they are storing it. So the complete the character input that you feed, no, they are storing it. When it comes to escape character, they put a slash in front of that and store the respective symbol. Then we have a multi-line string literal that are enclosed with the triple quotes. When you want to store multi-line strings, you have to include them in a triple quotes, so that that is you can store them very easily. That is the aim, right? So for that multi-line string literal that encodes within a triple quotes. So store following multi-line statement in a string object and query the object value. So that means they are expecting us to follow the triple quote syntax to store a multi-line. Let me check whether I am able to do that. For that, what I do, I just copy this one because it is multi-line. After copying it, I just come here and I call this as multi-line is equal to, then I have to use triple quotes. Right, so I pasted them. After that, I am ending them with other two quotes so that multi-line statements are enclosed in triple quotes. Maybe I think if when we want to type them manually, as we started with the triple quote, let me check whether they are allowing us to go for multi-line. I believe we come to the next line. That is the thing now. Mhm. Okay, let me do that in this way. Okay, so when I type multi-line, so I'm getting the complete things. But let me try one more time to store multi-line is equal to, this time I'm going to manually try ACC of states direct access to the ACC active state is disabled. Right. After that, I just press an enter. So it's going to the next line. As I started with triple quotes, it is giving a multi-line. Otherwise, it may be terminated here. Right. So that is the use of this triple quotes. When you want to type multi-line, you use triple quotes. Enclose your uh, text with a triple quote so that they will provide a room for you to type multi-line. So after that, I go for ACC standby state, ACC standby state, ACC is ready. System is ready for activation by the driver. System is ready for activation by the driver. Right. Then I type ACC active state. ACC system is in active control of the vehicle speed. ACC system is in active. Right, but when you want to end a multi-line statement, use a triple quotes I. Right? That's all. So now it is done. When you want to print your multi-line, just use multi-line in the interactive prompt that will print what you have stored. By the driver and then a new line characters like that. Then some of the supported string functions in Python. So we have some of these are few string functions. There are many functions available in Python for strings to work with strings. Here we have a list. Let us try them. This is a simple list of string handling functions. Let us try them and learn how to use them in Python. Find the position of string off in the ACC off. That is the assignment. So let me try it. I have a string called ACC status is equal to ACC of right. That is my string. Then ACC status dot find what we have to find of. So when I do so, it says fourth position, fourth index, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. From there it starts. So that is how it says. Then I want to I want to replace off by on, ACC status dot replace off, comma, on. So now I am getting ACC on. If I print the ACC status now, will it be ACC on? Because previously I stored off, ACC off, and then I use the replace function to change it from off to on. What it will be? Will it be ACC off, on? No, it won't change. The strings in Pythons are immutable. You cannot change them in place. That means you cannot go and influence the byte of strings. But what you can do is you can assign the result of replacement back to the strings. In that way, you can change the entire bytes that you have in that one. But you cannot change any one in their place because the strings in Python are immutable. That means you cannot update them in their place. That is not possible. Right. Let me check whether what I told is correct. ACC status. It's still in ACC off state only. Though I use the replace functions, only the result that they are getting now, that they are printing here. It doesn't mean that they are going and changing the, the actual string of ACC status. That we have to understand. But it is possible for you to make this to in a different way. For example, if I say ACC status equal to ACC status dot replace off to what used to happen now? The result will be ACC on. That ACC on is assigned to the ACC status. Because of that, the entire ACC status is pointing to the new result. That means its actual value is completely changed. You cannot change a part of the strings that we have in the ACC status and can display that one because the strings in Pythons are immutable. That you have to understand. So let me print now. Now I print ACC status. Now it is ACC on. It is not ACC off because we change the part of the string and we assign the result back to the ACC status. That is the thing. Split the string ACC off. They want to split the string ACC off. For that, I have to first change that to on to off. And then splits ACC status. When I do so, split, sorry, ACC status dot split. All right. So when you do so, it is splitted into two different strings, ACC and off. By default, they assume space as a what is it? Space as a character. Otherwise, case as a space as a character used to split the string. Right now, that is the thing. Otherwise, delimiter. The space as a delimiter. To a split. Right. Then converts ACC standby to uppercase. Here, they have like a mixture of lower and uppercase characters. For ACC standby, let us convert that into uppercase. For that, what we are having here is like, let me type that one. Right. So ECC status equivalent to ECC stand standby. Right, this is the string that I have. ACC status. So I have that string. Then ACC status dot upper off. So I will get ACC standby. Then check ACC underscore 8920 is an alpha. So for that, ACC status is equivalent to ACC underscore 8920. When you include a numerical number in your string, automatically that it is not a complete alphabetic characters. Because it includes a number, no? So it checks. They are asking us to check this is completely alphabet. For that, ACC status is alpha, right? That is the I think it is like small a. False, it is not alpha. But now I change that ACC status to just ACC, and then I assign it. This time I check is that alpha one? It is true. Yes, it is true because it doesn't have any number in it. Then trim. For trim, we have functions in Python. For that, how to trim it? For I think RST strip, right strip, or strip right strip is the function to trim. So ACC status is equivalent to ACC standby. Then I have a series of tabs and then a new line. Then I have a new line as well. Right? This is my string. So now I print ACC status. When I print it, I have all these things. Now what I do, ACC status dot or strip. Right. This is stripping the special escape characters, and we have only alphabets now. Okay, team, these are some introduction about how to use strings, and then what are the different basic operations that we can perform on string in Python. There are many string operations that we can do on a string variable, string object, that we will discuss slowly then and there as per the project need. But as of now, I have just given you an introduction about various string functions, how to declare strings in Python, how to use them, different properties associated with the string object in Python. Those we discussed. Okay, team. Today I end this session with this. Let me catch you with more detail in upcoming session. Thank you. Thank you for watching.